Be me, 44, software engineer, making $180,000. Living in San Diego, been in tech for 20 years. This is the story of how my ex-wife tried to financially destroy me, and how her own social media posts saved me in court. Buckle up, this gets wild. 2010, I'm 29, meet Rachel at a tech conference. She's 25, works in marketing for a startup. Smart, funny, ambitious, we click immediately. 6 months of dating, I propose. She says yes. We get married spring 2011. Both of us grinding in our careers. Me climbing the ladder at software companies. Her moving up in marketing agency work. 2012. Our daughter is born. We're happy. 2014. Our son arrives. Family feels complete. I'm making around $120,000 at this point. Rachel's pulling $65,000 in marketing. We buy a house in North Park for $580,000. Life is good. Normal married couple stuff. Fast forward to 2020, pandemic hits. Everyone's home, working remote. Notice Rachel spending more time on social media. Instagram, TikTok, some Reddit communities. She's posting about feminism, women's empowerment. Nothing too crazy, seems harmless. I'm supportive, think it's just her finding community. 2021, things start shifting. Rachel's talking differently about our marriage. Comments about emotional labor. How she's sacrificed her career for motherhood. Which is weird because she's always worked. We split childcare pretty evenly. I cook half the time, do laundry, help with homework. But she's getting these ideas from online groups. Start noticing her friends are different too. Less couple friends, more single women, who all seem to hate their exes. Red flags, but I ignore them. Think it's just a phase, she'll come back around. Early 2022, Rachel's behavior gets stranger. She's distant, spending time in other rooms. Always on her phone, protective of it. I ask if everything's okay. She says she's questioning things. I suggest couples therapy. She agrees, but seems reluctant. We go to 3 sessions. Therapist seems to think we're fine. Normal marriage stress, nothing major. Rachel stops going, says it's not helping. March 2022, I come home from work. Rachel's sitting at kitchen table with papers. Divorce papers. She filed that morning. I'm being served. I'm completely blindsided. Ask her what's happening. Can we talk about this? She's cold, detached. Marriage is a patriarchal institution. I need to find myself outside of male validation. I'm like, we've been together 12 years. We have 2 kids, a house, a life. She says that's exactly the problem. I've been performing for you for too long. I ask if there's someone else. She says that's typical male insecurity. Deflects, won't answer. Hands me the papers, says her lawyer will be in touch. I'm crushed, lost, furious. Thought we were happy, or at least okay. Next day, her lawyer sends demands. And this is where it gets insane. She wants primary custody of both kids. Wants the house valued at $850,000 now. Wants half my 401k, which is $240,000. Wants alimony of $4,500 per month for 6 years. Plus child support of $3,000 per month. I do the math. She's trying to extract everything. House, retirement, plus $90,000 per year. For someone who makes $85,000 herself. This isn't about feminism or finding herself. This is a financial hit job. I hire a lawyer, guy named Thomas, he's 52, experienced in California divorce law. I show him Rachel's demands. He whistles low. She's going for maximum extraction. I ask what I should expect. Thomas, California's a community property state. Assets get split 50-50ths usually. But custody, alimony, those are negotiable. Depends on lots of factors. I tell him about her feminist pivot, the sudden personality change. Thomas suggests we dig into that. People don't usually change overnight. There's usually something driving it. He starts discovery process. Requests financial documents, social media records. Rachel's lawyer fights the social media request. Says it's invasive and irrelevant. Thomas argues it's relevant to her claimed lifestyle. If she's claiming she needs $90,000 annually, we need to see her actual spending. Judge approves limited social media discovery. Rachel has to provide Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. She provides her main accounts. Looks normal, some feminist posts, but nothing wild. Thomas isn't satisfied. People have alternate accounts, especially if they're hiding something. He hires a digital investigator. This guy's a wizard with social media. Within 2 weeks, finds a secret Instagram. Username at financialfeminist_h. Private account, 340 followers. All women, many with similar content. Thomas gets a subpoena for the account. Rachel's lawyer tries to block it, claims it's protected speech. Judge orders Instagram to provide access. What we find is absolutely damning. The account is everything Thomas suspected. Rachel's been documenting her divorce strategy for months before she even filed. Post from January 2022, 2 months before filing. Year 12 of marriage. He makes $180,000. I make $85,000. California alimony calculator says I can get $4,500 per month. That's $324,000 over 6 years for putting up with his shit. Post from February 2022. Marriage is just legalized prostitution. Except that John has to keep paying after you stop fucking him. Divorce is the ultimate finesse, ladies. Post from March 2022, right before she filed. Papers are ready. Lawyer says I have strong case for primary custody. Primary custody equals more child support. It's all about maximizing the payout. Thomas is reading these to me. I'm listening in shock. This wasn't about feminism or self-discovery. This was premeditated financial extraction. She planned this for months. There's more. Posts about faking emotional abuse claims. Therapy receipts are gold in family court. Started seeing a therapist, documented him as emotionally distant. Even though he's fine, court doesn't know that. Posts about hiding assets. Moved $15,000 to account he doesn't know about. Gonna claim I have no savings, need support. Posts celebrating other women's divorce payouts. Sarah got the house and alimony. Jennifer got $6,000 per month for 8 years. Queens are winning. And there's evidence of an affair. Post about someone named Tyler. T came over while he was at work. Can't wait to be free and official with T. Photos deleted from the feed, but recovered. Her with some guy, intimate poses. Dated from December 2021. So, she was cheating for months before filing. Thomas presents all this to me. I'm sitting there processing. Woman I married, mother of my children. Planned to destroy me financially. Used feminism as justification. Bragged about it to strangers online. Thomas asks if I want to pursue this aggressively. I'm angry, but I'm also thinking about the kids. What's best for them? Thomas, truth is best for them. They need to see that actions have consequences. And they need a stable parent, which you are. I authorize him to use everything. We're going to trial. Rachel's lawyer tries to settle. Realizes they have huge problem with the social media. Offers to take less, drop some demands. Thomas advises we reject. We have her dead to rights. Let's let a judge see who she really is. Trial is set for November 2023. 18 months of legal prep. Depositions, financial disclosures, custody evaluations. Throughout all this, Rachel plays victim. Tells friends I'm being vindictive. That I'm trying to punish her for leaving. Her online friends support her. Men can't handle when women level up. He's threatened by your independence. Meanwhile, I'm focused on the kids. Making sure they're stable, loved. Not talking badly about their mom. Even though I want to. November 2023, trial starts. Family court, San Diego. Judge is a woman, Patricia Chun, age 58. Rachel's lawyer goes first. Paints Rachel as devoted mother, who sacrificed career advancement for family. Claims she makes less because she prioritized children. Argues she needs support to maintain lifestyle. Presents her as victim of controlling husband. Shows texts where I asked about her whereabouts. Normal spouse stuff, but they frame it as surveillance. Shows therapist notes about emotional distance. From the therapy she used to build a case. It's convincing if you don't know the context. Then Thomas presents our case. Starts with financials. Shows Rachel's career trajectory was her choice. She had opportunities to advance, chose different roles. Her income is appropriate for her experience. Then he brings up the social media. Asks Rachel about at financial feminist _ash. She denies it at first. That's not my account. Thomas shows IP address logs from Instagram. Matches her home and phone. She changes story. It was satire. I was venting to friends. You can't take that seriously. Thomas projects the posts on screen in court. Judge Chen reads them. Her expression changes as she reads. This is not satire. This is confession. Planning, strategizing, celebrating. Rachel's lawyer objects, says posts are taken out of context. Judge Chen. What context makes this acceptable? Rachel tries to explain. I was angry. I wasn't thinking clearly. Thomas. These posts span months, show clear planning. Judge Chen asks Rachel directly. Did you hide $15,000 as described in this post? Rachel stammers, I don't recall. Thomas presents bank records. Account in her name only. Opened December 2021. $15,000 deposited. Never disclosed in financial filings. Judge Chen is not happy. Then Thomas brings up Tyler. Shows the affair evidence. Rachel claims it started after separation. Thomas shows posts dated before she filed. She's caught in another lie. Judge Chen calls recess. Says she needs to review evidence. Trial reconvenes next day. Judge Chen has read everything. She addresses Rachel directly. I've been on the bench for 19 years. I've seen contentious divorces, but I've rarely seen premeditated financial fraud, disguised as social justice. Rachel tries to speak. Judge cuts her off. You documented your plan to extract maximum assets. You hid assets while claiming poverty. You fabricated abuse claims. You had an affair and lied about timing. This court does not reward dishonesty. Judge Chen rules. Custody. 50-50. Neither parent has primary. House. Awarded to me. Rachel must vacate. 401k. She gets 20%, not 50%, penalty for hidden assets. Alimony. $0. She makes sufficient income. Child support. $1,200 per month, calculated by state formula. Legal fees. Rachel pays my attorney costs, $45,000. It's a complete reversal. Rachel is sobbing in court. Her lawyer looks defeated. My lawyer is professional, but I see small smile. Judge Chen isn't done, though. Mrs. Last name. Your social media post will be forwarded to the California Bar Association. Your attorney may face ethics review for pursuing claims she likely knew were fraudulent. Rachel's lawyer goes pale. That's career-ending territory. Judge finalizes everything. Divorce is granted. I keep almost everything I wanted to protect. Kids have stable home with me as home base. Rachel has to start over. December 2023, aftermath begins. Rachel moves out of the house. Gets a small apartment in another neighborhood. Kids are confused, upset. I explain gently. Mom and Dad couldn't stay married, but we both love you very much. Don't tell them about the posts. They'll find out eventually, but not from me. Rachel's social media gets exposed publicly. Someone from the trial leaked it. Screenshots spread on Reddit, Twitter. Her real name gets attached. Her employer, a marketing agency, sees it. They fire her within a week. Reputation risk and poor judgment. She tries to find new marketing work. But Google her name, the screenshots appear. Woman plan divorce for financial gain using feminism. It's a PR nightmare for any company. 6 months go by. She's still unemployed. Working gig economy stuff, Uber Eats, TaskRabbit. Huge fall from $85,000 marketing manager. Meanwhile, I'm focusing on stability. Kids are in therapy, processing the divorce. They're doing okay, all things considered. Daughter asks why mom seems so different now. I tell her people sometimes lose their way. Son asks if it's his fault. I assure him it's absolutely not. This is grown-up stuff that has nothing to do with him. Mid-2024, Rachel reaches out. Wants to talk, not about the kids. About us. I agree to meet for coffee. She looks rough, tired. Starts with apology. I'm so sorry for everything. I got caught up in something toxic. Those online groups convinced me I was oppressed. That you were the enemy. I listen, but I'm cautious. She continues. I threw away a good marriage, a good man, a good life. For what? Validation from strangers. Asks if there's any chance for reconciliation. I'm gentle but firm. No, Rachel. What you did wasn't a mistake. It was months of calculated decisions. You showed me exactly who you are. She cries, says she's changed. I believe she probably has regrets. But regret isn't the same as never having done it. Focus on being good mom to the kids. That's what matters now. We part ways. That's the last conversation we have that isn't about logistics. Kids continue with 50-50 custody, but increasingly they prefer my house. My place is stable, consistent. Rachel's place is small. She's stressed. Can't afford the activities they're used to. By late 2024, kids ask to stay with me more. We modify custody informally. They're at my place 70% of the time now. Rachel doesn't fight it. She knows she can't provide the same stability. Today, December 2025, 3 years since she filed for divorce. 2 years since the trial. My life is good. Kids are thriving, doing well in school. Daughters in soccer, sons in chess club. I'm dating someone new, taking it slow. Rachel is still struggling. She found work finally, lower-level marketing role. Making about $50,000, half what she used to make. Lives in a studio apartment. Sees the kids every other weekend mostly. She deleted all her social media. Keeps a low profile. Her online feminist friends disappeared. When the money dried up, so did the support. Turns out revolutionary solidarity has limits. I don't hate her anymore. I feel nothing much at all. She's the mother of my children. We're polite, cordial at exchanges. But the woman I married is gone. Replaced by someone I don't recognize. Looking back at those Instagram posts, that's what saved me. Her own words, her own documented plan. She thought she was clever. Building a case, strategizing with her tribe. Never considered it might be evidence against her. Judge Chun saw right through it. Premeditated financial fraud disguised as feminism. That's exactly what it was. I think about other men going through this, who don't have that smoking gun, who lose everything because the system defaults to believing. I got lucky that she documented her scheme. Otherwise, I'd be paying $7,500 per month, living in a smaller place, seeing my kids every other weekend, while she lived in my house with her affair partner. Instead, she lost everything she tried to take and destroyed her own life in the process. That's the thing about trying to game the system. Eventually, the truth comes out, and when it does, the consequences are severe. Feminist ex-wife took everything in divorce. Judge saw her finessing men posts. I got all back, plus my dignity, plus my kids, plus my future. She got a studio apartment and a harsh lesson about the difference between actual feminism and using ideology as cover for greed. 3 years feels like a lifetime ago now. Sometimes I drive past our old couple's therapy office. Remember sitting there while Rachel nodded along, playing the role of concerned wife, while secretly planning her exit strategy. Therapist had no idea. I had no idea. Only her online audience knew the truth. They were cheering her on in the comments. Secure the bag, sis. Don't let him see it coming. Document everything for court. Wild how a community can encourage someone's worst instincts. Make them feel righteous while doing something terrible. I wonder sometimes if she ever thinks about those women. The ones who told her marriage was oppression. That I was the enemy just for being a husband. Where are they now while she's delivering food orders? Not helping with rent, that's for sure. My daughter asked me something last month. She's 11 now, getting more perceptive. Dad, why did mom change so much? I thought carefully about how to answer. Sometimes people get lost, sweetheart. They listen to the wrong voices. Forget what actually matters. She nodded like she understood, then asked, is she ever going to find her way back? Honestly, I don't know. Rachel seems different now than during the divorce. Less angry, more defeated. But I'm not sure she's actually learned the lesson. Sometimes I catch her looking at me during kid exchanges. This expression I can't quite read. Regret maybe, or resentment. Hard to tell which. My son asked me something too, different question. He's 9, thinks more literally. Did mom ever really love us? That one hurt to hear, because I know she did, probably still does. But she loved the idea of financial independence more. Loved the validation from strangers online more. Loved playing the victim more. Than she loved keeping her family intact. I told him, yes, she loves you. People can love their kids and still make terrible choices. Those two things can both be true. He seemed satisfied with that answer. Kids are resilient, adaptable. They've adjusted to the new normal. 2 houses, 2 rooms, 2 sets of rules. They handle it better than I expected. The guy she had the affair with, Tyler. That relationship lasted about 4 months after the divorce. He ghosted her once the drama settled. Turns out he was just there for the excitement. Not interested in broke, single mom with baggage. Rachel called me crying when he left. I almost felt bad for her. Almost. Then I remembered the posts. Can't wait to be free and official with T. She burned down her marriage for a guy who didn't even stick around half a year. That's its own kind of karma. I started seeing someone, mentioned it earlier. Her name's Andrea. She's 41, works in HR. Divorced herself, has a teenage son. We met through friends, taking it really slow. She knows my whole story. I showed her some of Rachel's posts early on. Wanted her to understand what I'd been through. Andrea read them and said something that stuck with me. She didn't just betray you. She betrayed the concept of partnership. Made it transactional, predatory. That's not feminism. That's sociopathy with a hashtag. Pretty much sums it up. Andrea is different. Has her own money, her own life. Isn't looking for someone to finesse. Just wants companionship, partnership. Revolutionary concept, apparently. We'll see where it goes. Kids have met her a couple times. They like her. She's kind to them. Doesn't try to replace their mom. Just exists as a positive person in their lives. Rachel found out I'm seeing someone. Don't know how. Maybe kids mentioned it. She texted me. Hope she makes you happy. I responded. Thanks. Didn't elaborate. Our communication is bare minimum now. Custody schedule, kid activities, necessary logistics. Nothing personal, nothing deep. That bridge is burned beyond repair. Sometimes guys ask me for advice. Friends going through divorces, colleagues, even strangers online. How did you protect yourself? I tell them the truth. Document everything. Save all communications. Get a good lawyer who won't settle. Cheap. And hope your ex is dumb enough to confess on social media. That last part's mostly luck, though. Rachel's mistake was thinking her private account was actually private. That 340 followers would keep her secrets. Internet doesn't work that way. Screenshots live forever. Nothing is truly private once it's posted. She learned that lesson the expensive way. $45,000 in legal fees she had to pay me. Plus losing the house, most of retirement, alimony. Plus her career, her reputation, her relationship. All because she couldn't resist bragging online about how clever her plan was. I saved some of those posts. Not to be vindictive, just as evidence. In case she ever tries to modify custody, or claim I'm unfit, or make up new stories. I have proof of her character, her intentions. Documented in her own words. My lawyer said, keep them forever. People don't change as much as they claim. She might try something again in a few years. I hope he's wrong. Hope she's actually learned something. But I'm not naive anymore. The woman who planned a divorce for 6 months, while sleeping next to me every night, who smiled at family dinners while plotting extraction. That capacity doesn't just disappear. It's always there waiting. So I stay vigilant. Not paranoid, just aware. Protect myself, protect my kids. Live a good life in spite of what she tried to do. Looking back at everything now, the 12 years of marriage feel like someone else's life. Different person, different reality. I was naive then. Thought love and commitment meant something. Thought vows were sacred. Thought partnership was real. Rachel taught me those are just words. People say them, believe them even, until something better comes along, or until strangers online convince them they're oppressed. Then those words mean nothing. I'm not bitter though, genuinely. Bitter would mean I'm still affected, still caught up in what she did. I'm past that now. She's just my ex-wife, mother of my children. someone I used to know, who made choices that destroyed what we had and faced the consequences. That's all there is to it. My life is good now, better than it was actually. Kids are happy and healthy. I have a stable career, a nice home, someone new who treats me with respect, freedom from someone who saw me as an ATM. Rachel's life is harder now. Smaller apartment, smaller income, smaller future. I don't take pleasure in that, but I don't feel guilty either. She made her bed, posted about it online, and now she's lying in it. That's justice. Not revenge, just natural consequences. For treating marriage like a financial transaction and getting caught. The judge saw her posts. I got all back.